Let's talk about my fall project plans. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Kait. I knit, crochet, so I love any type of DIY kind of thing. So that's mostly what we're going to be talking about today. If you guys watch my videos, you know that these project plans videos every season are my favorite videos to film. I think my first type of video like this was last fall's fall project plan, so I will link that one down below. I feel like most of those are probably still applicable to this year. Let's just get started. I will link every pattern that I mentioned down below, and these are in like no particular order. Maybe I should start with whips, stuff that I've already started, because I have a few things. So the first thing that I've been working on is the Breezy long sleeve by Kiss Kiss Rhinestones. I'm pretty much at the part where I'm going to connect the front and back pieces, but this is what it looks like. I'm super excited about this sweater because it's kind of like an in-between fall and winter. Like, it's a long sleeve, not necessarily a sweater. I also really like the colors. But yeah, you guys will see me working on this in other videos, I'm sure. This is what I've been working on, like my main project right now. This yarn is the Knitting for Olive merino yarn in the color Quince. I feel like it has a little bit of like a texture to it as well, which is really cool. This yarn, Sunday yarn in, I don't know if it has a color name, but yeah, they're both 100% merino wool. I also will mention that I did go up a needle size or two just because I wanted it to be a little bit more meshy, and I think this yarn is a little bit thinner. Another thing that I've been working on is this, I want to say this is probably like a DK weight, this DK weight silk wool blend yarn. Kind of thought that I was going to be making like a nice bandana scarf with it. This was inspiration from Loupy Studio. I think in one of her vlogs she spun some silk, like straight silk, and she made like the most beautiful drapey bandana. So that's kind of what I'm going for this. It's also like a very moody color palette for fall. But then I was thinking, because I have a lot of this, I think I have like 100 grams of this. So I think if I spin it into a DK weight yarn, I can make a pair of socks. So that's another option, maybe some socks or incorporate it in a sock somehow with stripes or something like that. I feel like the biggest thing that I want to make on this list is the Alma Sweater by Ingrid Dib. I am obsessed with the cabling. It just looks so plush and oversized. I just really like the shape of the sweater as well. It has like a little bit of a flare sleeve and it's a little bit flared at the bottom as well. That's more my style as far as like silhouettes go. I also just love the colors that they used in the samples, this pink color and then the green. I'm obsessed with this pattern. I really want to make it. Going along with that, I made this cable cardigan a while ago. It's probably one of my most worn knits in the winter. I do want to make another one of these. I know that I did write everything down that I did. I didn't follow a pattern for it, but I did write it all down, so I'm going to try to reproduce that. And another sweater that I've had my eye on because I've been seeing everyone make it is the loupy.studios cardigan, the stripy cardigan. There is a YouTube tutorial and also a written pattern on her Instagram, and I think it's on her website as well. I just love the stripes and all the fun colors. I have quite the collection of funky chunky buttons going right now, so I feel like that's a good project to use these for. Am I ever gonna go a video without mentioning Loupy Studio? Probably not. She's just too good, okay? Another pattern is I want to make another Anna top, so I made this Anna top for the summer. The pattern is also written with a collar that you can add, so I was gonna add it to this one, but then I decided that that was more of like a summer piece and I want it to be more fall-like, so I do want to make another Anna top with the collar because I feel like that's more fall vibes, especially because it folds down in the front and it looks so cute, and you could use it to layer over like a black long sleeve or a white long sleeve. That is also on my list, an Anna top with a collar. So since it's been getting dark like pretty early, I literally am in my apartment like ready to get into my bed at like 8:30, and I just want some comfortable pajamas to wear around once it starts getting cold, and like I just want something cozy for after my nighttime shower. So pajamas, I really want to make pajamas. I really like vintage silhouettes in pajamas in some fun fabrics. Also thrift flipping pajamas that are already at the thrift store I think could be a really good option as well. Also, I really want to make a pair of just like straight leg comfier pants, I have pulled a couple patterns. So I found this like bloomer pattern, Victorian capri type of pants. Also the Lane pants by Sydney Graham. She also has a YouTube channel, so definitely check her out. I really want to make these pants. They don't seem too hard, and I feel like I will use the pattern like over and over again. So that's another one on my list. There's also a designer called Hubba Ding on Etsy, and they make a lot of cute patterns as well. And I really want to make these another pattern that I'm sure I would use like multiple times. I did buy this bed sheet the other day from the thrift store. At first glance, it's kind of like an ugly banana yellow, but I was just like picturing it as pants for some reason. And this is just like a nice cotton bed sheet, so I think I'm gonna be making pants out of this. I do have a few more sewing type of projects on here. The designer I just mentioned, Hubba Ding, also has really simple, cute dress patterns, and I feel like a lot of their patterns, they also are marketed with like either gingham or plaid fabric and kind of muted colors. I feel like that's what drew me to their Etsy page and just like looking at all of their designs. So specifically the Clare dress and the Courtney dress. These two I really want to make at some point. I have them saved in my Etsy sewing patterns folder. Another thing that I'm pretty sure was on my last fall project plans was a plaid tiered skirt, which I did end up making a patchwork plaid tiered skirt, which I love. It's probably one of my most worn pieces that I've ever made. I love maxi or midi skirts. I feel like that is just what my wardrobe consists of mostly. Like I'm always reaching for those types of skirts, but that one is like a little bit brighter. I want to make like a more muted color. Another thing that I feel like I should just make out of necessity is a quilted jacket, something of that sort. I found a few patterns for them, but I know it's gonna start getting cold and I don't have that much like cold weather gear here. So right now it's at the point where it's like colder in the morning, but it kind of warms up in the afternoon. So when I walk to work, I'm like wanting to wear a jacket, but I don't want it to be too heavy where I'm like lugging it home by the end of the day. I love the way people mix patterns and fabrics for these as well. Just really obsessed. I found these two patterns online. The quilted jacket sewing pattern, oversized jacket for women. The SEOs. It's by The Ordinary Folk. They have options for a detachable collar, an attached collar, different sizes, like kid sizes. So I feel like this is just like a solid, well-rounded pattern. Another one, the quilted jacket sewing pattern, autumn winter oversized coat easy digital PDF sewing pattern. SEO queens. Okay, this is by A Summer and Finn. This one has a really cute optional bow details for the pockets. Also wouldn't be opposed to making a vest version of this. I think I have vest on this list. Not really specific, but sweater vest or quilted vest. But I think this year maybe I should try to make a quilted vest. I think that's most of my garments that I want to make, and I have like a list of accessories as well. I feel like I'll be making more accessories just because they don't take as long. First is an ear flap hat. I was kind of on a quest to make one of these last year. I did end up making one at the beginning of this year. I did like a self-drafted pattern, but I feel like I didn't really like perfect it, so I'm gonna try it again. I did also write down what I did for that, but I think I want to make a few different adjustments and maybe use like a different type of yarn. I like the shape in general. I just feel like it kind of came down a little bit too far. I also really like the I-cord bind off. I feel like it literally makes me look like a sunny angel, which is so fun. Also just a lot of surface area to attach pins and keychains and kind of random stuff on. So I feel like ear flap hats have just always been really fun to me. If I do end up making one that I'm pretty satisfied with, I will try to write a pattern on it. Next, sorry, a little bit of self-promo, but I do want to make another pair of groove warmers. This pattern I released back in February, like the end of February, so it's kind of an awkward time. I don't know why I released it at that time, like while it was starting to get warmer in most places or some places. This is a pair that I made and I love these ones so much. This is the Wool in the Gang. I have two options for the yarn that I suggested, the Wool in the Gang Take Care Mohair, and then also 2 strings of the Surrey alpaca yarn. I love the color palettes of both of the yarns, but Lang Yarns has a light blue and brown color that I really want to make them in, or a light yellow and brown color. So I think I'm gonna go get some more of this yarn because I see it at a lot of yarn stores. Honestly, you don't really have to use that yarn specifically, I'm mentioning it. just because. Also on Substack, I saw a picture and it was someone saying that they really liked that color palette, like the light blue and the brown, and it's such a staple color combo from my childhood. I feel like you were either a light blue and brown girly or a light pink and brown girly, so comment down below which one you were. I was a blue and brown girly, to be honest, so I feel like that's why I'm drawn to it. The Substack had like a bunch of pictures from like the early 2000s bedrooms with the blue and the brown, and it was like history repeats itself or something. I don't know, I thought it was funny. But all different types of color combos. Self-promoing the groove warmers, you can also wear them with the cuff. I'll put a few suggested color combos right here. How about that? Oh, another thing that I want to make accessory wise is a sailor hat. I feel like these are really trendy. I feel like for the most part I don't really like lock into trends super hard anymore, but every once in a while it's fun to kind of experiment with what's popular, and right now that's sailor hats. This crochet pattern, the Marin hat by Lapole, is honestly so cute. I probably will be making this at some point, but I haven't decided if I want to sew this or crochet it. Maybe I'll do both, but I've seen a lot of sewed versions. That's really cute, and like adding buttons to the brim of the hat, honestly so cute. Maybe this will be my next project because I'm like really obsessing over it in my head right now. Also, another crochet project is a bun cover. I think these bun covers are so cute. I've seen them in sewed versions but also crocheted versions, so I haven't found any patterns that I really like, but I will link some down below as I search more through some patterns for these. Yeah, just a simple accessory. You can add like ribbons and eye cords and stuff to have hang down. If you know of any good bun cover patterns, let me know in the comments. And then last but not least, of course, some handspun beanies. My favorite thing to make, to be honest. This was the first handspun beanie that I made. It doesn't have like a brim, so it kind of is just like makes me look like a little egghead, but this one I wear literally all the time. It's just a lot of scrap wool from other spins that I kind of combine into one, and then I plied them with a green yarn. This is my most recent one. It's a little cat hat. This is a lock spun, like fully lock spun. I spun this back in May, I think, and I just really love the color, so I've been wearing this at night, like when it cools off. I'm like, finally I get to wear my handspun beanies. So every time, like, I usually go for a walk after dinner, like I walk around the block and I put my little handspun beanie on. And I guess I'll talk more about like spinning stuff. I don't really have anything that I wrote down, but I will say I do want to dye some locks. I have a lot of undyed locks. I don't know how to go about doing it in my apartment. I wish I had like a art space or like a studio that I could rent and do the dyeing at, because I did put a Dharma order in and I got like a ton of dyes that I haven't used yet, but it's a really good palette, I promise. I also am thinking of doing a yarn drop in October. It is a little bit early still, I feel like, and I will be adding to this list as I go. I'll probably like find random patterns that I see other people making. Oh, I did ask you guys on Instagram what you guys were making because I was curious. So these are some of your guys' project plans. We got an Olga sweater, a lot of scrunchie bags. I feel like everyone's making the scrunchie bag right now. Everything's striped. Yeah, everyone's obsessed with stripes right now. Me too, girl. The Moby sweater and Miss Lady socks. A cloud sweater. The Berry Cute sweater by Cass Wong. That sweater is so cute. I love Cass. She was one of the pattern testers for the groove warmers. Just a lot of stripes and a lot of sweaters. So I'm glad we're getting on the sweater train a little bit early, and we'll see if I even get around to all of these. I feel like I just like to look at patterns, but realistically that is a lot to get done in the fall. Let me know some of your project plans down below. I love getting inspiration from you guys. I feel like the comment section is where we can just bounce ideas off of each other, and very soon you guys will see me making my fall wardrobe video, and you'll be seeing me make some of this stuff in future vlogs. So make sure you subscribe if you want to see me make any of these things. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like. I love you guys so much. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.